Good morning everyone. My name is Abhishek De. In our previous tutorial, we have started the Python series. In the Python, in our previous tutorial, what we have covered up the basic data type, what is the data type of the Python, what is the feature of the Python, this kind of basic things already we have covered up. So if you want to know this particular thing, I'll share the link in the description. Please click on the link and please refer the video. Now from this video towards we'll learn the next topic of the Python. Now the next topic of the Python is what? The next topic of the Python should be like that, some basic from the basic to little bit advanced topic of the Python, how to take the input from the Python. We'll check out some logical function of the Python. This particular thing we are going to cover up in this session. So let us flip into the Python and let us check out how the Python can be worked in a different way. So guys, already you have seen few things already in our previous class that in the case of Python, we are able to do what? We are able to do some like basic operation. What is integer, what is float, what is str function, what is boolean function. This type of function, predefined functions, definitely we have already covered up in our session. Now from here actually what we are going to cover up, we are actually going to cover up the next thing. Okay, so let us flip into our spider window, and by using the spider we'll check out how the next level of the Python can be happened. Okay, so let us flip to the spider window again, create a new file. Let us keep this particular file here. So let us keep the name of the file file1.py. Now let's start. In our last class, what we have done, in our last class we have already provided the given data. Given data means we have given the like a equal to 10, we have given the b equal to 20, and we have just add up the data in our last tutorial, right? It's a very basic tutorial. We have already done this particular thing. Guys, if you don't know this particular thing, in the description I'll share the link. Please click on the link and get the particular tutorial. So total is comma c, and we receive the data. That is fine. But now if I want to take the input from the keyboard, see, taking the input is one of the most important thing, because in the case of real-time application we are not providing any kind of given data. Application should receive the data from the end user. So how to make the same thing in the console based application in the Python? So let us take a variable m. We are taking the input function. Now what is input function, I will discuss with you, don't worry guys. Let me write the code at first. Suppose I am writing here, enter the str1. Str1 means string 1, and we are just writing print. We are writing welcome comma m variable. Execute the code. So enter the str1. Suppose here I am writing Ram. So what I can get, welcome Ram. It is coming. So it is coming here. So what is input function? See, input function is what? Input function is a one kind of predefined function of the Python which is receiving the data from the end user. Point to be noted. Second point is that input function can only return the string type of data. It can only receive the string type of data, and also it is able to return up the string type of data only. Whatever the data is present in our keyboard, any kind of data is actually a string data. It can be the completely your alphabet, it can be the number, it can be the special character like @ or hashtag. All are coming inside the domain of the string. Point to be noted. Now String is called what? String is called actually alphanumeric data. So that is the nature of any kind of application. By using any kind of advanced level programming language like Java or the Python or any kind of C# programming language, it is actually receiving the data in the format of the string. Any kind of control, input is a control, end of the day. It is basically a console based control. So this control is receiving the data from where? This control is receiving the data, this console control is receiving the data from the end user. So when the input function is receiving the data, I am entering the str1 RAM. So automatically RAM will be stored in the M variable. Next one, we are getting the welcome RAM, this particular message. Suppose the thing is that I want to provide the last name here. Suppose make it actually first name. First name. Now I want to provide the last name here. So I provide here last name. Enter the last name. Next one, what I want actually, I want to make the concatenation. So in order to make the concatenation, guys, in our here, just let us have a look. Plus sign. Plus sign is used for the string concatenation. Plus sign is used for what? Plus sign is used for the string concatenation. So here what we are using, m plus n. Now you need to execute the code in order to check the outcome. So enter the first name. Suppose I am entering Abhishek. Here I am entering De, Abhishek De. So automatically what would be happened actually, guys, here actually I am printing the M only. I should print here P. So execute the code again, enter the name Abhishek De. So here what I am getting the Abhishek De, this particular data. So when I am getting the Abhishek De is a name. Abhishek is the first name, De is the last name. And here we are able to match up the two data points. We are able to match up what? We are able to match up the two data points in this particular case. Now M is receiving what? M is receiving what? It is receiving string data. N is receiving string data because input function is able to receive the string type of data only. The nature of the input function, it is a console based control and it is able to do what? It is able to receive the string type of data only. Now second point. Now suppose I want to add the salary of the person. So if I want to add the salary of the person, suppose I am writing here salary equal to, I am just writing input function because input function end of the day will receive the data. So here I am writing enter the salary, enter the salary. Here I am providing the overtime. OT means the overtime. So I am providing the OT. OT means overtime. So define here, enter the overtime. Now what I want actually, I want to print the data. What I want to print the total salary. So if I am entering the, suppose, total salary, I just provide the total salary here, and you need to just provide here, you have to total up the salary also. So total salary equal to salary plus overtime. So you need to define here TS. TS means the total salary. It's a variable and it is keeping up the total salary. Fine. So now let us execute the code. So when I'm entering the data, suppose entering name, I am providing the name Raju. Suppose last name I am providing the Kumar, something like that. He is receiving the 12,000 salary and 4,000 is overtime. Now, oh my God, what we are getting? The company will be shut down, guys, if we got this kind of data. So how to troubleshoot the problem and why this problem is occurred? At first, you need to understand. This problem is occurred because there are few reasons behind it. Input function is doing what? We need to understand the utility of the input function. Input function is returning what? It is only returning the string type of data. It is receiving the string type of data. It is also returning the string type of data. So when input function, it returns the string type of data, number is also the string. Guys, number is also the string because here input function can return what? Input function can only return the string type of data only. So in this particular case, input function, it returns the data, it returns the string type of data, and this string type of data is getting deployed where? In the salary variable, although that is a number. Although we have to accept it is a number, but number can be also the string now. Sometimes we have this kind of superstition that string can be only the alphabet. No, it's not going to be happened actually. Suppose in your like house number, in your address, in your email ID, number can be present. Suppose in your like Aadhaar number, PAN number, all are what? All are is nothing but the collection of some alphabet and number. So this is basically what it is called actually alphanumeric data. So what we can understand here, guys, actually, whatever the data, whatever the data type we are actually providing, whatever the data we are sending in the variable through the input function, that is nothing but what? It is nothing but the purely string type of data. Number can be string also, just like your Aadhaar card number. Any number, any string number cannot be calculated, right? Suppose your Aadhaar number, is it possible to calculate the Aadhaar number? Is it possible to calculate the PAN number? It is not possible, guys. So when the things are not possible actually, then what would be happen? It is a pure string type of data. So here we got the concatenation. So what we receive? Salary plus the overtime. So salary plus overtime is what? That is basically the concatenation. So now, guys, how to troubleshoot this particular problem? How to troubleshoot this particular problem? In our previous video, we have already discussed that we are calling the int function. Int function is what? Int function is used to convert the string data into the integer data, 32-bit integer. So here we are calling what? We are just calling a function called what? We are just calling the function called int. So we are calling the function called int here. We are calling the function called int here. We just call the int function here, and also we are calling what? We are calling the int function here. And after that, if you just execute the code, execute the data, just first name, suppose we are giving the name like Rajat, last name, suppose we are providing the Sharma, suppose the salary he is getting 12,000, 5,000 he is getting the overtime. So now the problem is solved, 17,000. So what we can understand, input function can receive the data. Input function is able to receive the data, that is fine, but it can only return what? It can only return the string type of data. It can only return what? It can only return the string type of data. So whenever we want to make any kind of calculation or any kind of calculative tasks, that time we have to typecasting. Typecasting means what? We have to convert the one type to another type. So here alphanumeric number is actually converted into the integer or the 32-bit integer. And in order to do this particular thing, what we are doing? We are calling the int function. It is managing the tasks. So that is all about what? That is all about the input function, guys. Now next thing is that, next thing we need to understand here actually, guys, that total salary. We got the total salary, that is fine, that is fine, that is awesome, guys. But now the thing is that we want to make some gradation. Suppose the thing is that if the person he is earning more than 25,000, his salary is grade A. And if the person he is not earning, actually he is earning less than 25,000, his salary should be not grade A. I want to provide this message. So in order to do this particular thing, what should I do? So do one thing, let us move on to the new file. Let us move on to the new file right now, guys. That will be like beneficial for you also. File, new file, we just provide the thing. So I keep the name as file2.py. Now the thing is that we got what? We got the file2.py. Now here we got this particular code. Now I want to judge if the particular person he is earning more than 25,000, he or she should get grade A, otherwise he or she should get the less than grade A, means it's not grade A, that's it. So in order to do this particular thing, we need to understand a very basic thing at first. We got what? We got the total salary. Now guys, if I write here simple, before all the logical things, if I write here total salary greater than 25,000, if I'm writing, and if I just debug the code, what would be happen? See, enter the salary, I'm entering the salary is 23,000, and overtime is 4,000, total salary is 27,000. But here I am getting the true. Why I am getting the true? That implies in this particular code, this TS greater than 25,000, it is actually sending what? It is actually sending the true. It is sending what? It is sending the true. Why it is sending the true? Because greater than operator, less than operator, equal to operator, that is always working with the Boolean type. That is true or false. Suppose here I am entering again, I am defining the code again, executing the code. Suppose I am writing 12,000 and I am entering 4,000. So total will be 16,000 guys, and 16,000 is definitely less than of the 25,000. So automatically what we are receiving? We are receiving the false. So now this true and this false will play an important role. It will play a crucial role in this particular logical sense. Now, what type of logic I want to build up? I want to build up a small logic where if the salary is more than 25,000, he or she should get the grade A, otherwise he or she should get the grade B. So in order to do this particular thing, what I am writing here, just check out. If total salary greater than 25,000, we can understand that 25,000 is always returning the true. And after that, we are actually started a new thing called if. Now guys, all the time in the case of real time, we are keep speaking now, if I get the more than 80% marks, I should get the grade A. If I get the more than 35,000 or the 40,000 salary, I am able to like lead my life in a proper way, in a relaxed way, right? So whenever we want to make any kind of condition, we are always making the if in a normal term. That is basically the normal English term. If I want to make any kind of logic, now that is basically the if. We have to provide the if. Now, if I earning more than 45,000, then I am able to earn a relaxed life or a little bit luxury life also. But if I am earning less than 45,000, that implies my life is not my that level, right? So here we are keep speaking that else we don't get. So same if and else, whatever the things we have in our normal English area and English like pronunciation or the normal English grammar or the words or the vocabulary, same thing happens here also. Here we define what? Here we define that if the total salary is more than 25,000, I can print here, print he is receiving what? He is receiving the grade A salary. What he is receiving? He is receiving the grade A salary. Else he is receiving what? He is receiving the, we can write here, not grade A, not grade A. Now let us execute the code here, guys. So if I make the 23,000 again, if I make the 6,000 again, what I can get? It is total 29,000 and we are getting the grade A. Now you need to understand the nature of if and else. See, if is called a logical block, if else is basically called the logical block. So here what would be happen? Logical operator, this kind of thing is also called logical operator also. Here what we can get, if total salary is more than 25,000 guys, if the total salary is more than 25,000, so it's a block. It's a block of the code. So here we can define that is this particular thing is called indentation. It is called indentation. Indentation is actually used for the block generation. To identify the block, to define the block, we have to use the particularly indentation operator. So if I provide here enter, now automatically you can see it is creating a tab space here. It is defining a tab space. So automatically it will get the tab space. Now guys, if you ask me that I want to like get rid from the tab space, then what should I do? That time you just need to do, you need to provide the backspace and automatically you are able to get rid. Again, you are providing the enter and you are under the else block right now. But if you provide the press the enter, automatically you are able to get rid from this particular thing else block. Guys, if you have the idea of the C programming or the Java programming language, you know it very well that in the Java or C condition we are writing like this. If the total salary is greater than 25,000, we are providing what? We are providing the curly braces, right? But curly braces in the case of Python is not supported by the block. It is supported by the dictionary object and the set object. It is not supported by the block, means if block, function, class and object, no one is supporting all those things in the case of like Python. So here we got what? Here we got the tab space, and this is called basically indentation space. So whatever, so if I execute the code all the time, you need to keep it, remember, if block executed always the true, else part is always executed by the false. So if I am getting executed the code, what I can just check out here, I am entering 24,000, I am entering the 6,000 right now. So total is how much? 30,000. So in this particular case, the value of the TS is 30,000. 30,000 is more than 25,000. So automatically what would be happened? We can get the grade A. So salary is what? The salary is the grade A. But if I am entering the data here, if I am entering the data what? If I am entering like 14,000 here, and also if I am entering the 4,000 here, what would be happened? We can get the not grade A, guys. Means else is always working with what? Else is always working with the false part. Else is always working with the false part. So that is, guys, that is basically all about the if and else. That is basically what? That is basically the all about if and else. Now guys, just let me tell you one thing. Grade A, not grade A, we got. That is fine. We are receiving the data gracefully. The data is coming from the application. But if I want like this, if you are receiving the salary more than 25,000, if you are receiving the salary which is more than 25,000, guys, that time that is grade A. If you are receiving the salary, guys, that is basically we can say what, in between 15 to 25,000, guys, that time it is grade B. Otherwise you are getting grade C. So in order to do this particular thing, not if and else is sufficient. In this particular case, if and else is not able to provide the proper solution. So what should I do right now? Here we need to use what? Multiple if and elif block. Guys, if you have any idea of the C programming language or the Java programming language, you might know it very well that in the case of Java or the C programming language, there is a part called else if. But in the Python, we don't have the else if keyword, we have the elif. So let us modify the code and let us understand it. So here what I am defining, here I can define elif if the total salary, here I am making the total salary greater than 25,000. So greater than equal, just make it greater than equal. So here I am writing total salary is like 15,000, greater than equal to 15,000, and total salary is like 25,000 here. What should I define? Print, I should define here grade B. Otherwise you can see, you can define here grade C. So now guys, you need to execute the code. Enter the salary. What I am entering here, I am entering the, suppose what I am entering the 12,000. I am entering the 6,000 here. So here total salary will be what? Total salary will be 18,000 in this particular case. So 18,000 salary cannot be more than 25,000. So this block will be false. Then control will be passed to the elif. Now elif will check the 18,000 is coming in between the range of the 15 to 18, 15 to 25,000. So automatically elif block will be executed. So just you need to execute the code and check the output. Guys, grade B is coming. Why? Because 18,000 cannot be more than 25,000. Is it possible? Answer is no. 18,000 cannot be more than 25,000. It is not possible, guys. So here, what should I do right now? This particular data is not coming in this particular condition. So in this particular area, the condition gets false. Now I should migrate to the next condition. So control is passing to the next condition, which is elif. Elif is what? Elif is the substitute of the else if of the C programming language. Now guys, if you don't have the idea of the C programming language, don't worry. That is the second condition. Keep like this. Otherwise, if you know the C or Java very well, that time you can understand that this is the substitute of the else if. So we are passing what? We are passing the elif. So when we are passing the elif guys, and after that what would be happened actually, we are passing the elif. Now total salary, which is basically 15,000, and total salary 25,000, in between the data point is coming. So here what I can get, I can get the salary is grade B. So that is called multiple if, else, if, elif and else. This is called logical operator. So guys, in this video, what we covered up, what is called input function. From the input function, we have written the string type of data. Then we have done some little bit of the typecasting. After that, we have covered up the logical statement like if, elif and else part. So guys, here I am winding up the video because the particular video is getting larger actually. In my next video, I'll start actually looping concept. And after finishing the looping concept, I'll be migrating to what? I'll be migrating to the uh, particularly user defined function. Then we'll just migrating to the object like list, dictionary and tuple. Okay, so but now I am winding up the session guys. If you have any kind of query, if please let me comment, I'll try to provide you the answer also, definitely. And if you just like this particular video, if you think that this particular video is little bit helpful for you, please do like, subscribe and share the video, then others can be benefited. Okay, so guys, now I am winding up the session. Thank you.